American court started off as human traffickers.
She falsely represents freedom, yet her presence is sarcastic for the hidden world of sex trafficking. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Give me your tired, your poor, your huddled masses yearning to breathe free. Are lines from the poem, The New Colossus, by Emma Lazarus, which is engraved on the Statue of Liberty's pedestal.
Yo, I'm real disturbed because I had this guy around me 8 years of my life. This nigga's was on parole all that time. I'm getting ACS cases. Motherfuckers telling that I'm not feeding my kids. ACS come, we having dinner. They say I'm not dressing them right, sending them to school. First of all, my son, he dressed himself, and he liked the tight jeans, and he liked the high water pants. So I bought him other stuff, but he wouldn't wear that. Now, since they took the kids from me, now this motherfucker going around spreading, oh, he was touching his daughter, he was touching his son, now he touching his new girl's children. And then you want to sit in my face and call me, you like family to me? Fuck is wrong with you, bro? Then you calling me, yo. And if it wasn't for motherfuckers coming by telling me what's going on, I'd be dumb as hell walking through the streets looking like a pedophile. And this is what I've been battling all my fucking life. Ever since the deacon tried to rape me, I've been battling these motherfuckers. Deacon tried to rape me. Motherfucking stepfather tried to make me play one of other shit. Man, I'm not playing with this shit, yo. I don't play that shit. And motherfuckers that know me know I don't play that shit. This shit got me pissed off to the utmost level. Stop spreading lies about me, man. Fuck that. Stop spreading lies about me. And I know you working with them ACS motherfuckers, cause the same ACS worker that was at my house with the pedophile looking motherfuckers smiling cause they got Gio. I prayed for Gio. I'm still praying for Gio. I ain't seen my daughter. I ain't seen Gio since they left. All I can do is pray for them. When my daughter was being touched and I tried to take her to 3 different hospitals. Oh, Mr. Harris, you can't do it because you don't have full custody. Okay, let me see where that's written. Motherfuckers is magicians. They disappear because they can't show me the documentation stating that I need full custody for them to check out my daughter. That was when she was 3. Come to find out she was abused with the mother by her stepfather. That's why I got him. She ain't been touched since she been with me. Then her mother move in on some, cause she get raped and motherfucker downstairs from her grabs her, takes her in the house for 2 days and rape her. She done kidnapped Gio. They didn't go get him. I had to go get him. I had to steal him back. This is some shit. Why do we need ACS? Why do we need these people in our lives? First of all, let me tell you, this is what they do. You're homeless. You're homeless. They got to keep you homeless. Why? Because they sex traffickers. These motherfuckers sex traffic. Who can you sex traffic the easy? The homeless. You can sex traffic the homeless, the young, the old. Alright? The weak, the vulnerable. You can sex traffic them. I'm fighting against sex trafficking, so what they gotta do, they gotta flip the script to make it seem like I'm the one doing the sex trafficking. Y'all see this shit that Puffy did? That's why I never signed, because I knew about this shit. And I knew about this shit from the outside looking in, because one of my friends was an A&R and he told me these motherfuckers are selling their soul left and right. I had to leave the fucking industry because they selling their souls left and right. Now this shit is out. That was 13, 14, 15 years ago. That was even longer than that. They've been doing this shit. So don't come at me trying to put me as a pedophile when y'all motherfuckers been pedophiling for a long fucking time. Don't do that. I'm gonna destroy your whole structure. I'm gonna destroy your world. I put that on everything.
The greatest symbol of American democracy hides a secret message. In 1876, the Statue of Liberty was given to America in celebration of the 100th anniversary of the Declaration of Independence. At the time, it was the tallest structure in New York. But some believe that this lady is not who she appears to be, that her outward message cloaks a much darker meaning, a coded symbol meant for a chosen few. They say the men who designed and built the statue were members of the Illuminati, a small sect of one of the world's most secret organizations, the Freemasons. The Masons deny any affiliation. And it's hard to say because for over 200 years, the Illuminati have remained so well hidden that we have to question if they actually exist at all. Whatever the case, it's time to find out. Is one of America's most iconic symbols actually hiding a message in plain sight?
Courtrooms and churches often share a similar appearance because they both draw inspiration from the design of ancient Roman basilicas, which were large public buildings used for both legal proceedings and religious gatherings, featuring elements like high ceilings, columns, and a raised platform at the front for authority figures, creating a sense of grandeur and reverence in both spaces. This architectural style was widely adopted in Western society, leading to similar visual cues in modern courtrooms and churches.
They forgot to mention the banks because a bank is a court. And if you don't believe me, here it is.
Bank definition and legal meaning. 1. A bench or seat, the bench or tribunal occupied by the judges, the seat of judgment, a court. The full bench or full court, the assembly of all the judges of a court. A sitting in bank is a meeting of all the judges of a court, usually for the purpose of hearing arguments on demurrers, points reserved, motions for new trial, etc., as distinguished from the sitting of a single judge at the assizes, or at nisi prius and from trials at bar. But, in this sense, bank is the more usual form of the word. 2. An institution, of great value in the commercial world, empowered to receive deposits of money, to make loans, ought to issue its promissory notes, designed to circulate as money, and commonly called bank notes or bank bills, or to perform any one or more of these functions. The term bank is usually restricted in its application to an incorporated body, while a private individual, making it his business to conduct banking operations, is denominated a banker.
So the court is a bank. A bank. The church is a bank. A bank. Y'all better wake the fuck up. These institutions are still human trafficking us.
And I guess I should mention at the start that I am not an attorney. The reason behind this video is that we are in a time when acting responsible may not always be easy. It's going to be a very difficult time to be a Masonic leader, and that means in the Craft Lodge or Grand Lodge.
Few organizations have captured public imagination and suspicion over the years, quite like the Freemasons. With their secrecy, obscure membership criteria, and long history of suspected corruption, they're a group, it's safe to say, that have attracted their fair share of mistrust. Globally, it's estimated there are around 6 million Freemasons, with a particularly strong presence in the UK, US, and Italy. Though things aren't quite as mysterious as they once were about the group's inner workings, it's still an organization with significant secrets.
We have to keep in mind that the Freemasonry and the Mafia have many things in common. Both organizations, for example, share values of humility. They share the respect for rules, the respect for the hierarchy. Like the Freemasonry, the Mafia has initiation rituals and rules of behavior rooted in secrecy.
In Italy, the bond between Freemasonry and Mafia groups in the South has a long, complicated history. There are superficially shared values. Both were heavily repressed between the 1920s until the end of World War II as potential threats to the power of Mussolini's fascist state. And both have a long, contentious relationship with the pillars of Italian political and commercial society. one where rumors of collusion and corruption are never too far from the surface.
The fact that the Ndrangheta is well connected and deeply rooted in this society, with connection to politicians, businessmen, police officers, magistrates, judges, and that's the strain of the mafia.
In a wiretapped conversation in 2013, one Ndrangheta boss, Pantaleone Mancuso, summed up the relationship. The Ndrangheta is no longer, he said, the Freemasons remain. In 2017, a series of police raids discovered 193 high-ranking members of the Sicilian Mafia and the Calabrian Ndrangheta to be members of lodges across the south. According to the work of dogged prosecutors and the testimony of mob turncoats, the secrecy of Masonic lodges provided the perfect place to conduct shady deals with figures from the business and political elite. Later, a series of local lodges in Calabria were dissolved after discovery of mobsters on their books. One case which has become infamous is that of Giovanni Zumbo. A well-respected Calabrian accountant, he had made a name for himself, managing properties seized from organized crime on behalf of the courts. But Zumbo was later convicted of mafia crimes after law enforcement discovered that he had been tipping off one notorious local boss about a looming arrest.
We have this guy, an accountant, that goes to Pelle, one of the biggest godfather of Ndrangheta, while he was on the run. He goes there and tells to the man, there are the recordings of this, telling, be careful, they are going to arrest you, they are going to make a big operation a week before, and giving also the exact numbers of people that they are going to be arrested. When it's going to arrest it himself.
How could an accountant get inside information about a sensitive police operation? Turns out one of his fellow Masons was a senior police officer on the same force. This is, critics allege, how the relationship works. Lodges are a connecting bridge between organized crime and the state. In late 2021, Masons in Rome won a landmark case that they say poured cold water on years of persistent accusations. It started with Stefano Bisi, Grand Master of Italy's biggest lodge, the Grande Oriente Italia, which has over 23,000 members. In 2017, he labeled the sweeping investigation into mob Mason ties an anti-democratic witch hunt. After being slapped with a defamation lawsuit by the prosecution, the case was thrown out by a judge.
In this case, for example, Bisi, that is the Gran Maestro della Grande Loggia d'Oriente in Italia, he expelled Pittell immediately. And he said, you see, I cannot control everyone, but I did move him out as soon as I got to know the situation.
What really hurt, Bisi said, was the blow to its reputational prestige, in that it prompted the United Grand Lodge of England to formally distance itself from the Grand Oriente. After all, he said, 193 cases from thousands of members hardly spelled a crisis, a spirited bad apple defense of the Italian Masonic fraternity.
A Masonic Grand Lodge is the governing body for Freemasonry in a specific area or jurisdiction. Grand Lodges are also known as Grand Orients in some jurisdictions. Here are some things to know about Masonic Grand Lodges. Jurisdiction. A Grand Lodge's jurisdiction is usually a sovereign state or other major geopolitical unit. The serpent is a complex symbol with multiple meanings, including death, destruction, evil, poison, and a penetrating legless essence. In the Christian tradition, Satan is represented as a serpent who tricked Eve into breaking God's command. Freemasonry is not a religion, but its members believe in a supreme being or grand architect of the universe.
A great and grand leader and architect of the universe.
My whole thing is make America great again.
The devil is the great Satan, and this is his world. Wow.